Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon, River State NUT says salary increment would motivate teachers to do more. Victims of billboard electrocution in Port Harcourt buried. Police arrest suspect over killings at Border Oil facility. And police AIG says police need extra 190,000 personnel to secure Nigeria. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs says number of missing persons in Nigeria is half the number in Africa. And on the foreign scene, more than 70 people died, 50 others injured after fire destroyed building in Johannesburg. My name is Jude Omamegbe, and this is the news.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon and welcome. We start with River State this afternoon, where the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Teachers of River State, NUT, Collins Chikpo, says he expects the increase in the salary of teachers in the state to motivate them to do more. This comes after the River State government promoted teachers and non-academic staff under the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, 10 years after promotion interviews were conducted. Speaking further on this, the state chairman of the NUT tells the correspondent Martha Okere-Nkem that promotion letters will be handed out this week.
Governor promised us that he will give promotion to everybody. Our teachers are also civil servants. And so today, teachers have been given the promotions. And there is jubilation everywhere in the state. We want to congratulate the governor for what he has done for us. The governor is somebody who does not want to let people to suffer under his administration. As once a teacher, he knows the problems of the teacher. So for the teachers who have received the promotion today, they need to put more effort for them to get more blessings from the governor. All hands should be on deck. There should be no laxity anymore, no complaint, because the governor is with us. He's somebody who has a listening ear.
Mr. Chikwo also appealed to the River State government to domesticate the harmonized retirement age for teachers in Nigeria Act 2022, signed into law by the former President Muhammadu Buhari. Also speaking, a non-academic staff member under the Universal Basic Education Board who spoke anonymously confirmed that he was a recipient of the promotion exercise. He called for timely promotion exercises to be done in order to increase productivity in the civil service.
My salary, there is an addition of 20,000 to it. And I've also called my colleagues. They've also affirmed that, yes, they received. As a young man, since 2012, I've gone for promotion several, almost twice, and we have been expecting the effect, but to no avail. But with the glory of God, today it has to be. I'm excited. I pray that promotion comes timely to encourage efforts and other in the civil service.
Our correspondent gathered that teachers under the UBEC receive an increment in their salaries ranging from 20 to 50,000 naira. Teachers in senior secondary schools are yet to be promoted because the River State Senior Secondary School Board has not been constituted. Meanwhile, the bill seeking to increase the punitive measures against those caught destroying public facilities was debated at the River State House of Assembly yesterday. The bill, which seeks to amend some sections of the River State Public Works and Utilities Protection Law number 9 of 2012, passed second reading before the debate. The Speaker of the House, Martin Amewele, co-sponsored the bill with the lawmaker representing Bonny constituency, Victor Oko-Jaja. Mr. Oko-Jaja says the bill also seeks to allow heads of ministries, securities agencies, and chairmen of local government areas to be part of the Public Utilities Protection Committee.
Mr. Speaker, this bill seeks to include stiffer penalties where if you engage in both destruction of these public utilities or sales of these public utilities, you aid and abet, you are now to face jail term from between 6 years to down to 1 year, and a minimum of 3 million to 10 million, depending on the offense that is committed.
Also, 33 standing committees were constituted during yesterday's plenary. The Speaker, shortly after reading the names of the chairman and members of the various committees, charged them to work together.
We believe that core values of the legislature remain
Some of the standing committees include Rules and Business, Appropriation, Finance, Public Account, and Public Petitions, among others. Correspondent Soibio Ruwa reports that the House later moved deliberations on the first private member bill tagged River State Administration of Estate Small Estate Payment Exemption Bill 2023 to the next sitting, which is next Tuesday. Moving on, 3 out of the 5 men who died from electrocution while mounting a billboard in Rumusi, River State last week have been buried. Their colleague Osita Osuji made this known to our correspondent.
We have actually gone to Choba police station, which was the station that intervened when the incident happened. They told us that they have transferred the matter to State CID because of the arrest. We have gone to State CID and they asked us to write an application letter for the release of the corpse and also go to court and swear affidavit for CP's endorsement. Then State CID will now be the people to lead us to UPTH mortuary. One of the victims have been buried. The other 3, the first day we went to State CID, one of the affected disease relation was there.
You would recall that 9 of them were electrocuted when the church billboard they were mounting touched the high tension wire. 4 men survived the incident, which is now being investigated. The church remains cordoned off with the caution tape of the River State Signage and Advertisement Agency, RISA. The agency says the billboard was being mounted without approval and the deaths could have been avoided if the church followed the right process. It is not clear if the arrested assistant pastor of the church is still in police custody. The River State chairman of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Petroan, Francis Chila Dinkpa, says the association is against sharp practices in filling stations. He said this while reacting to the trending video showing a petrol pump attendant dispensing what appeared to be the remnant of a customer's petroleum product into a plastic can. Mr. Chila Dinkpa said they will monitor operations in the state to avoid such practices in the sector.
I want to assure the general public that the Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, will continue in our effort at ensuring clean distribution of petroleum products in Rivers State. We will not allow any attendant to bring disgrace to the association. We are invoking zero tolerance on all nefarious actions of attendants in filling stations.
He said the staff caught in the trending video has been sacked.
It was a case of deliberate action by these 2 attendants to cheat both the dealer of the station and the customers of the station. Our investigation confirms that these 2 attendants have already been fired by the station dealer.
Earlier, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company NNPC Retail Limited said it had taken the appropriate disciplinary action against its staff found under dispensing petrol to customers in Port Harcourt. Meanwhile, the police say they are investigating filling stations that are adjusting petrol pumps and other sharp practices in River State. The Commissioner of Police, CP Nwunyemeka, said this at his weekly press briefing at the command headquarters in Port Harcourt on Wednesday.
The companies, some of them have made some statements and we're working on that. Even the NNPC has even gone further than us to have been sent some reasonable sanctions on those people who did those shop practices. We also have our eagle eyes on the states. But don't stop in informing us those things you don't like. What the initiative of Rivers Zero Crime is all about. Synergy between the civilian, the citizens, and the law enforcement.
The police commissioner also said they had arrested 1 person in connection with the killing of 2 youths at an oil facility in Bodo community, Gokana local government area. He said the investigation is ongoing.
A group of cultists believed to be supporters of the deposed paramount ruler of the Bodo community attacked and shot dead 2 persons at Trans-Niger Pipeline, Sungi Bodo, where they were securing SPDC's facilities as community volunteers, while 1 suspect, Baradi Peter Beromo, male, this had just been arrested. Investigation still ongoing.
I beg your pardon. Following the killing of the police inspector in Rumbodugo, Moha, CP Becca also said operators of the command arrested a suspected kidnapper.
God's Power Saliti Mel, aka Sabat Jamonto, a notorious cultist through kidnapper who has been terrorizing Rumu Odogo axis of Emo Haluka government area, was arrested in company with one Amebule Nko Vincent, aka Vampire, armed themselves with an AK-47 with 6 magazines and shot dead Inspector Ogno Allight Mel in his house in their community. The murder case is still under investigation.
Correspondent Meka Otuka reports that CP Wunye Meka also said that the operators of the command also killed a notorious kidnapper in Choba. He said the kidnapper was demanding 3 million naira from the family of one of his victims after an initial payment of 2 million naira for his release. The police commissioner later held a separate press briefing to kick off the Rivers State Zero Crime Initiative, where he highlighted the notable achievements of the command over the past 3 months.
And some of our achievements includes we've been able to arrest 66 suspects on various offenses. We have been able to rescue over 20 people who were kidnapped. We've also been able to neutralize 18 suspects in cases of violent crime. Armed recovered 33, vehicles recovered 17, boat recovered 1, televisions recovered 5, magazines recovered 18, ammunitions recovered 169.
CP Muyemeka said the force is committed to intelligence-driven policing and fostering a strong relationship between the law enforcement and the public. The police boss also urged the public to report crimes, assuring that the police would not turn them into suspects. The Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Professor Ngozi Ordu, spoke on behalf of Governor Siminalayi Fubara at a briefing.
I want to say that all of us must work in synergy. Like he says, no information is too small. And when you do that, you are indirectly fighting crime. I want us to see a river state where people can come back and have their nightlives and have industries. If industries are here, more youths will be engaged. Youth restiveness will slow down. And therefore, all of us must join CP Emeka to ensure that this innovative intervention he's come up with is something that sees the light of the day.
The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbotokun, says the police needs an extra 190,000 personnel to effectively man the country. IGP Egbotokun said this in Plateau State yesterday. The police IG said while the UN recommended one police personnel to 460 citizens ratio, Nigeria has a police citizen ratio of 1 to 650. The IGP said insufficient manpower is hindering the agency's effort to tackle crime. Well, still to come, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs says number of missing persons in Nigeria is half the number in Africa. Stay tuned. Former Commissioner for Environment in Rivers State, Emenike Eke, has stressed the need for the federal government to construct its own dam to forestall flooding in the country. Mr. Eke tells correspondent Yekachi Wosu that Nigeria has no reason to be at the mercy of Cameroon.
When they release water from there, usually it goes through the river Benue, and then those states and communities that are living within the River Benue lines are also usually affected. This water should be controlled. The government should build their own dam that can contain this water, because we mustn't be at the mercy of another country at the time they want to do whatever they want to do with their own environmental issues.
Mr. Eke wants the government to act quickly.
There are other causes that bring about flooding. One of such causes is blockage of the canals and channels. Some of our own gutters here are blocked. It has no destination except to go and block a water channel. Again, a lot of us are building on water channels. It's another, in which case the physical development headed by Ministry of Urban and also the Ministry of Environment should be active to ensure that buildings that are on such water channels should be cleared.
The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, says 23,000 people have been reported missing in less than a decade due to the insurgency in some parts of the country. Edu said this in Abuja to mark the International Day of the Disappeared. The minister said that the figure represented half the number of missing people in the whole of Africa.
Business News.
And in business now, the House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating non-remittance to the National Housing Fund and its utilization from 2011 till date has summoned chief executive officers of insurance companies to explain why over 267 billion naira of workers' investments into the NHF in 2019 alone were not remitted. And in entertainment, police are appealing for information after an award-winning poet Gboyega Odubanjo went missing at the rural music festival. Gboyega Odubanjo was last seen at the Shambhala Festival in Northamptonshire on Saturday. The 27-year-old from Bromley in South London was due to perform at the event on Sunday but did not turn up for his set. In sports, Al Ittihad are preparing a £118 million bid for Mohamed Salah, despite Liverpool insisting that their 31-year-old Egypt forward is not for sale. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp would be furious if the Reds are tempted to accept the Saudi side Al Ittihad's offer for Salah with the transfer deadline on Friday. And finally, on the international scene, more than 70 people have died and more than 50 others injured after a fire gutted a building in central Johannesburg. The building was said to have been described as a hijacked building, meaning squatters use it. Authorities say it is unclear what caused the blaze at the 5-story building. Authorities say firefighters evacuating the building's occupants on arrival, while the search and recovery of bodies are continuing. And that was the news this afternoon. A recap before we depart. The chairman of the Nigerian Union of Teachers in Rivers State said he expects the salary increment for teachers to motivate them to do more. Some victims of the billboard electrocution in Port Harcourt have been buried. The police have arrested suspects over killing at Bodo Oil facility. The Inspector General of Police says the police force needs extra 190,000 personnel to be able to secure Nigeria. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Betta Edu, said 23,000 people missing in Nigeria in the last decade is half the number of missing persons in Africa. And on the foreign scene, fire in a building in Johannesburg has killed more than 70 people and injured 50 others. The news was edited by Onyekachi Wosu. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon with temperatures of about 27 to 29 degrees centigrade. Please be advised. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215, 0808-721-7215. Peace is a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening and good afternoon.